everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading. Today here at MadWorldTarot, it's a Wednesday in March as I'm doing this, and the theme of today is worrying times for the Parkles in terms of people that they offended on the way up, that they might be meeting again on the way down. We've just looked at Donald Trump, who's storming through, he stormed through Super Tuesday yesterday, and of course has threatened Harry about his immigration status. And so we've looked at that, and now we're going to look at the succession planning that is going on in the UK. And this is, of course, Operation Menai Bridge, and I hope I've said that correctly. It's a beautiful suspension bridge in Wales, iconic bridge. That it's the name of the succession plans that they started drawing up as soon as King Charles acceded to the throne. Of course, London Bridge was the late Queen's plan, which was activated as soon as she passed away. And this is the planning for what happens when either the king passes away or possibly abdicates. And according to the rumours and the stories, Harry and Meghan have no place in the succession plans so far. It's all up to Prince William. He is not allowing them anywhere near it or in it. And this is causing some indignation, some fury in Montecito, to the extent that people speculate it's one of the reasons why Harry hopped on that plane when he heard about his father's diagnosis and raced over to London, because he wanted in on the whole thing. And allegedly, according to the rumours, Meghan believes that if she could just have a one-on-one with King Charles, she could smooth things over and everything would be lovely. And then she and Harry could be crowned king and queen at the strategic moment, not the Prince and Princess of Wales. I'm being snarky, of course, the new Palladini Tarot on the tarot table for this. We're going to look at the succession planning story from the Parkle perspective. We're going to do a Celtic cross. How are they feeling about this? Because this is the big moment, of course, and not to diminish the current king and his reign, but, you know, once he's gone and Prince William takes over, that's it for the Parkles. They are out, and it's all over. So this is desperate stuff, and they need this desperately. They need to be front and centre, co-regents, which is, I think, what they always imagined would happen. And so, as I say, desperate stuff for them, trying to secure their futures and their children's futures. And let's have a look. Celtic cross, see what's going on. We'll look at them individually. One more shuffle. Harry and Meghan. Meghan and Harry. Meghan first. I'm putting her first because she always elbows him out the way. Body blocks him and grabs people's hands before Harry can get anywhere near them. So we'll look at her energy before we look at his. And sorry about the sound effects from next door. Neighbour doing some DIY. To remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all, of course, speculation or my opinion. We are just reading energy here, archetypal energy, archetypal family, archetypal events that we're dealing with. And disclaimer in the box below, usual drill. Seven of Pentacles. That's reaping what you have sown. Harvest time. And the Parkles, of course, have sown a lot of dissent in the royal family and out in the world as well, and on social media too, and from some of the comments I notice around here and elsewhere. We're going to bring this card out as well. It's the next card down, Strength card in reverse. That's Harry and Meghan in a very weak position, feeling their brand collapsing, feeling their status collapsing. What's left for them taking stock. 7 years is a Seven of Pentacles, the harvest of 7 years together. It just about is at this point, I think. What have we achieved? What have we accomplished? And are we possibly going to lose everything when this plan is put into operation? Right, I had to have a little pause there because the noise was so Unbelievable. But on we go with the actual reading, and we look at the center of the reading and what is going on with the Parkles, and we get the Four of Wands. That is the celebration card, and that would be the coronation. That would of course follow after the funeral, and it's a bit ghoulish to talk about these things, but they have to be planned. They clearly are being planned by the royals. It's something they understand. And there it is, Four of Rods, the situation. It is the royal family as well. It's the firm, but it is celebrations. It's those big set pieces, you could say, really. Those huge events that the royals are famous for. Coronations, funerals, trooping the colour, all that kind of thing. State occasions, opening parliament, state visits. And there it is. Don't want to be left out of that, because what else do you have in your life? So what's the problem for the Parkles right now with this succession planning? Seven of Cups in reverse, they are off the table. Seven of Cups is about options and possibilities when it's upright. In reverse, the doors have closed to those possibilities. Dream on, you could say. It's not going to happen when it's Seven of Cups in reverse. You messed up. You irritated everybody, or more than irritated. You bitterly offended people, most of all Prince William, and also the King and the Queen and the Princess of Wales and everybody else. And so those doors have slammed. Those possibilities no longer exist. And this is the reality of the situation that the Parkles are facing right now. So what is going on behind the scenes? Trips to the UK, phone calls to the King, the world. And this is publicity. This is the success card. For me, it's very much about a public notice, public attention. And so we got that very public trip to the UK. The minute the King's cancer diagnosis was revealed to us, and obviously also to the Parkles, Harry was on a plane as fast as he possibly could, so that we could all see what a devoted son he was, and he was still in the innermost sanctum of the royal family. And it's all for public perception, it's all for notice and attention, and it's also ending a cycle. They want to end their isolation, they want to end their exile basically, and come back into the fold. This chapter needs to be over, this failed chapter in America. It is a failed chapter, and they want back in. That is my personal opinion. So what is their goal right now with this succession planning? There is the card of planning, the Two of Rods. It is literally the card of we want in, we want to be part of the plans, part of the processes. We want to be kept informed. We want to be very visibly seen to be partners in this. The Two of Rods is about partnerships and plans and deals. And all of that, they want in. They absolutely want in. It's very clear to me in this reading that they want in. How has the past attempt gone? And that would be the trip back to the UK. Past attempt to be included. Six of Swords in reverse. No, you're overseas now. You don't belong with us. You made your bed. You carry on lying in it. Six of Swords upright is going overseas. Is leaving your troubles behind, and your troubles would be your relationship with the royal family, which you claimed was so troubling that you had to write books about it and make Netflix documentaries about it and give interviews about it and threaten us with all kinds of things and demand apologies from us. Six of Swords in reverse. Well, you went overseas. It's terrible. Trying to come back. The Six of Swords in reverse is very much oops, that didn't work out so well, can we please come back? No. As I say, you made this mess, you're stuck in it, you can't come back, we don't want you. So future energy, near future, is anything going to shift in this? How's it going to go for the Parkles and their desire to be involved in all of this? We have got the Temperance card. It's the card of patience. Mostly that is what Temperance really means, patience. So it might be that they decide to bide their time. I don't think it's something that either of them is particularly good at doing. Instant gratification seems to be their thing. and easily bored, easily distracted, and always seeking amusement somewhere. That's my sense of them as individuals and as a couple. But Temperance is patience and waiting and trying to heal things. So I think that there is going to be some angelic behavior from the Parkles. Look, see, we're actually just so darling. We care so much about you. Some attempt at reconciliation is going to be made in the coming days and weeks. I don't think it helps their cause that the Flying Monkeys have been really going after the Prince and Princess of Wales on social media in a very, very evil way, as we have talked about on this channel recently. But that is going to be the goal, that is going to be the energy that I think is coming from them. This attempt at reconciliation, and see, we haven't done anything wrong. We're innocent. We've always just wanted harmony in the family. If you'd only read the book and if you'd only listened to the interviews and understood things from our point of view, you would have torn your clothes in two and sackcloth and ashes and all of that stuff. You would have repented and given us the keys to the kingdom. Very strong energy coming through there of sort of self-righteousness. I'm just reading energy, as I always say. That is my interpretation of that card. Let's look at them individually now. Megan, who's claiming that she can be the peacemaker. There is the energy of the peacemaker, which I don't believe. But there it is, the Temperance card. So her theory that if she could just get Charles alone, she'd fix everything. That isn't a card of a peacemaker, the Five of Swords. That is the card of someone who has caused a tremendous amount of conflict. And I don't have to say allegedly. It's provable and documentable that she has caused a tremendous amount of conflict, that there is conflict around her everywhere, in her own family and in the royal family. That is the card also of hollow victories, the Five of Swords. You win, but you lose. I say that all the time about this card. She feels that she has won. She has left. She has had her hissy fit. She's told Oprah how mean and cruel and racist and awful the royals were and the British public, but at some cost. And the cost is that now she's sliding back down the greasy pole. She is bumping into people whose fingers and whose feelings she trampled on the way up the greasy pole. Prince and Princess of Wales in particular, Harry, and the succession planning. And what's what? Oh, betrayal. Can't believe he's been left out. This is the ultimate betrayal. He has got no perspective. He's got no understanding of why everybody has taken against him. I sound like Lady C now. She uses that kind of language. He doesn't understand it. He sees only his own pain, his own wounds. He's completely unevolved as far as EQ goes, and also stunted as far as IQ goes, according to his own mother. But he's incapable of seeing any situations from other people's perspectives, which is what maturity and emotional development does. You start to understand that it's not only your pain and your perspective, but other people have feelings too. Harry doesn't see it. He sees only that he's being betrayed by those people he believed were the closest people to him in his life, up until Meghan Markle arrived on the scene, Five of Swords, and persuaded him that it was different. Although I think she found the sense of grievance in him, and nursed it and fed it. I don't think she created the sense of grievance. I think it was already there. But there it is, Three of Swords. Very unhappy, hurt, betrayed. Book 2 probably being written as we speak. Hopes and fears for the Parkles with all of this. The Devil in reverse. We've got Temperance there, and we've got its little match. The Devil, the two cards that go side by side in the Major Arcana 14 and 15. First the Angel, then the Devil. It's so interesting that Tarot puts them together in the Major Arcana. The Devil in reverse is the Angel, is Temperance. They are hoping that they can somehow switch this around so that they're no longer perceived as the enemy, as the villains. I think they do get that the royals perceive them as the enemy and as the villains, and that's why they've been cast out so unfairly and in such a heartbreaking way, in Harry's opinion. They want this situation, this casting of themselves as villains. They're hoping that it can be changed, that they can get out of this situation. Same energy as I got from the world down here. It needs to end, it needs to change. They don't understand how to end it and how to change it, and for the most part it's probably too late by now for them to change this perception of them, characterization of them as toxic, devilish, dangerous, duplicitous, all the things that the devil energy represents in tarot. Outcome for the Parkles as far as succession planning goes. Are they going to succeed with this little ruse of the Temperance card and be invited into the inner sanctum again, or are they going to be cast out? We've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, for me, when it comes in this position in Celtic cross readings, is for me to know and you to find out later. That's generally the message for me from universe. It tells me that there are things going on that we know nothing about, and we don't have the pay grade, the security clearance, the whatever to know those things. Hasn't happened to me for a while in one of these readings here on this channel, but I'm getting very strongly that there are things going on in the background that might change the outcome, and we are not allowed to know about them yet. Interesting energy, because of course Lady C and various other people have been telling us that big things are coming around Easter, April time, big revelations, big moments. So it might all have changed by the time we get around to activating that plan, hopefully in a long time. Many things might have changed. It's also very powerful female energy, the High Priestess. It tells me that the decision makers in this process aren't necessarily going to be Prince William and the King. There might be others, such as the Princess of Wales, Sophie, the Princess Royal. Those women might have a whole lot to say about what actually happens and how it happens, and who's included and who's left out. It's a mysterious energy. It's a very powerful energy. It's very much the divine is busy energy. It's secret energy. It's almost, I don't want to get too weird, but it's secret societies, it's secrets, the High Priestess. And so it's going to remain a mystery for now. And so that is where I have to leave it, unfortunately. But thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.